Hi guys, Alice Taylor down at Live and Golf Academy, and today we're testing the brand new Ping G400 Max. So like I said, it's a brand new driver, but it's to slot into the line that sits alongside the other G400s. Different models aimed at different golfers looking for different launch characteristics. But I've got this set up ideally for me. Let's have a close-up look at the head, talk about some of the technology in there. Then we're going to hit 5 real balls on GC2. I'm going to give you feedback on looks and feel. We're going to look at some performance numbers and see if this new offering from Ping might be something to go in your bag. Okay then guys, so we've got the brand new G400 Max driver. So we've got the weight really in the back again, so the highest MOI of any Ping driver ever made, so should be in theory the most accurate driver they've ever made. The profile of the driver is a little bit different shape to the standard G400. We've got a slightly more aerodynamic shape with the domed crown, again looking to pick up a little bit more speed with the club head, but it's the face that's probably got the biggest change. So we've got a change in pattern, which is going to frame the ball apparently much better behind the ball, and we've also got a forged face that's slightly textured. Idea that we're going to get slightly better flex across the face, giving a more consistent ball speed, and the textured face, in theory, Ping are claiming it is going to reduce spin. So I've got this one set. I've got the 9-degree head, but I've got it down a degree, down to 8 degrees, stiff shaft. Let's get it hit and let's see if G400 Max really does perform to the max. Okay guys, there, so some good technology in there, some good claims from Ping, or some interesting claims. More forgiving, lower spin with the face. The design on the face for me is going to be a personal thing, but also kind of there's a lot of design gone into this about making this sound a little bit different and maybe a bit more appealing. For me personally, I didn't dislike the sound of the other G400 things, but it'll be interesting to see how this kind of feels, sounds and performs, to how popular this is going to be this year. So like I said, we're going to hit 5 shots. Like I said, I've got this set 8 degrees. Let's see how this performs, and again, could this be something that you'll be interested putting in your bag for this year? So the strike felt solid, just left it slightly out to the right. Okay, decent, just under that 270 mark. And the key thing for me is obviously putting some good swings on it. I'm not going to strike everything perfectly. Maybe just got the club face a little bit more open there than I would normally have it. Actually found it harder to get the ball on the tee this morning than actually hit the shots. But first one felt and sounded pretty nice. That one felt very, very slightly towards the toe. So I'm just turning over a little bit more. I'm pretty good. I'd be pretty happy with the distance on that, particularly for one that wasn't quite out the middle. So again, let's try and go same shot. That's horrible, and it seems at the moment that every driver I've got at least one in there that I just don't seem to be able to get anywhere near the middle of the golf club. So hopefully that's the only one on that one. I will take that one off when we look at the numbers though, because I don't think that's a really fair shot. Okay, shot number 4. Again, a little bit toey. Turning over and just, I mean, that didn't feel that bad a strike. Only felt, yeah, it's like very slightly toey, so a lot of shape on that for me for one that wasn't that bad a contact. One final one. So a little bit higher off the face. That was big. I'm just going to hit, because I had a couple there that weren't quite what I wanted, I'm just going to hit one more. Just again, try and get a slightly better strike on this last one. Really good solid strike. Definitely for me seems to, even with 8 degrees, seems to get the ball up in the air quite a lot. But, I mean, my first thing is I do like the way it sits behind the ball, but I do like the other G400 range. Sound wise, I don't know that it's massively different, maybe a little bit deeper kind of tone than the other drivers. Feel wise, yeah, I think it feels a little softer off the face, so it's kind of ticking the boxes that they're talking about. Let's look at some numbers though, because obviously the texture on the face would saying is lower spin. I still think ultimately that's down to me. If I hit it toey like I have on a couple, we're going to see less spin. But let's look at the performance numbers of G400 Max, see how it is. So as we move over, we can see a bit of shape. 2 of those left ones, I am going to take those off when we have a little look. But let's look overall. So my club head speed just down very, very slightly today. Now, it is cold, but I would have expected to be a little bit nearer 110 than that. Ball speed was down slightly, but let's take the 2. If we look at, before I take the 2 averages off, even with some poor strikes there, we're seeing some really consistent ball speeds, anything from kind of 151 to 155. So that's good. It's saying generally speaking my strike was not bad. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't think they were horrors, but not good enough. So if I just take shot number 3, which was very, very poor, off there, and just take that one off there as well. So it's a slightly smaller sample. Club head speed though stays the same at 100, just under 106. Ball speed of 153. So I've definitely swung other drivers slightly quicker and got more ball speed out of those. With the solid strikes though, 14 degree launch is good for me. 2,200 spin. So we are seeing low spin. I would still say for me that's slightly lower strike, slightly higher strike and towards the toe is causing that maybe than the head. Height of ball flight I thought was a touch higher, and we're seeing that at 34 yards than I would normally see. And we're seeing average carry 265, average total 290. Pretty much where I would expect a fitted driver to be. But we're seeing the long one there that spun low with my quickest speed, 280, 308. That's right up there with kind of the longest ones that I ever see with driver. Right guys, so what do I think of Ping G400 Max? I think it looks good, it feels good. Does it do everything Ping claim? Yes, to a point. I mean, my issue with any claim by any manufacturer with driver about accuracy is it still ultimately comes down to me. If I get the club in the wrong place or my strike's particularly poor, it will override this. I don't disagree that having a higher MOI might mean that my miss is slightly better, but I think if I'm 40 yards left, the difference between 40 yards left and 43, 44 yards left, for me isn't, you know, it's not life-changing. But is it a good driver? Yes, from first testing, it does seem to perform very, very well. Will it be the right one for me? Not sure. I am going to do a driver a couple of weeks' time where I'm going to put my top 5 drivers from the tests head to head. I'm going to do a bit of testing in here to look at some numbers. I'm going to take them out on the golf course and see if I can shape the ball how I want. I've taken something out on the course today that was very, very impressive. Wasn't this one. But I think it's a good driver. As ever though, you need to get fitted. You need to get the right head, the right shaft. Get yourself on a launch monitor, get some numbers, help you with the feedback to make the best informed decision for you to get the driver that's going to work best for you in your bag. As ever guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Like and share it if you've enjoyed it. Comment below and I'll try and get back to as many of you as I can. Follow me on all my social media, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.